¿Cómo le hace el pato?
Today on Monsters on Trial, the case of 2-year-old Madeline Martinez, who was abused, tortured, and essayed by her mother Sarah, stepfather Osvaldo, and his mother Carmen. On March 29, 2024, Madeline was taken to the hospital by Carmen with a head injury she apparently sustained from jumping off the bed. Upon a thorough inspection of Madeline's injuries and body, it was obvious there was more than a simple fall. Doctors discovered her body told a story of abuse and torture. She was locked away in a room and her leg was bruised from being tied by a rope. Her head injury was from being slammed against a wall. They would pick her up by her ears, they were hanging off. Patches of hair were pulled out from being yanked, and fingerprints were visible on her neck from being choked. Her body was also covered in bruises, burns, and scabs, and her privates were destroyed. Sarah met Osvaldo on Facebook, and after 2 months of dating, he moved in with her at her mother Teresa's house. Teresa noticed Osvaldo was an addict and began to manipulate her and scare her to not speak upon the abuse she would see against her daughter Sarah, and the fear Maddie would show when she was near him. He would keep them all locked up in the room, and Maddie was no longer allowed to go outside, play, or eat with her grandma. He told Teresa he had a 4-year-old and gained full custody by paying off authorities to force the mother to sign off her rights to his mother Carmen, stating he was a man of power. On December 17, 2023, Sarah, Osvaldo, and Madeline moved in together, leaving Teresa's home. In January, Sarah allowed her brother to see Maddie for 15 minutes, where Maddie told them she had been thrown to a dog, which caused her to get patches of hair taken out, and her body was covered in scratches from the same attack. She also said Osvaldo had cut her hair with scissors. She had bruises and a lifted and broken toenail from Osvaldo stepping on her. They wanted to change her diaper, and Maddie said, "No, it hurts." That's when they realized she was being essayed. Once Osvaldo discovered where Maddie was, he went to Teresa's house looking for her, where he gave them all death threats if they attempted to call police or kept trying to see Maddie. He also told Teresa, one by one, her 3 sons would be found in a bag cut to pieces in her front door. February 2024, Teresa opened a case against Sarah and Osvaldo for signs of abuse on Madeline. After 12 days, she never received an update, to which she returns for answers and was told an investigation was carried out, and suspiciously, it was noted that there were no bruises or signs of abuse and that she was happy and healthy and no crime was committed. Authorities told her to leave it alone, leaving her in the hands of her abusers. Osvaldo paid off everyone to not say a word about the abuse. He was just as corrupted as everyone else involved who didn't help Madeline. She could still be alive today had the authorities not been selfish and money hungry. Madeline tragically lost her life March 31st of 2024. Family was told at her funeral that Osvaldo would throw parties and sell her to men who attended. One witness said she saw Maddie being carried away with her face full of blood. It was unrecognizable. Osvaldo and Sarah were only sentenced to 44 years. Carmen also played a role in the torture and abuse of Madeline, and she is still free, enjoying her life. We need justice for Madeline. We need to be her voice so Carmen can get what she deserves and be put behind bars. Madeline was not only a victim of corruption from the authorities, but also a victim of a selfish mother picking a man over her own flesh and blood. How could she sleep at night knowing what the monster was doing to her? Mothers, please do better. Your children come first always. Before a man, before anything and anybody else. Women need to stop putting their children in danger and stop opening the doors to Satan to come and destroy everything and everyone around them.